Hello everyone, this is just a dad. Today I'm going to do a review on this Mainstays single serve iced coffee maker. So this sells at Walmart for about $20. So this iced coffee maker looks a lot like the Mr. Coffee Iced. So it does come with this really nice tumbler. I like that the lid screws on. And we've got two lines on here. We got a water line and an ice line. That's what we're going to use to make iced coffee with this. For me, this adds a little bit too much water, which we can vary that. Over here, we've got the actual coffee maker. And this is the no drip, drip. So when you're ready to brew, make sure you've got it on this. And when you're done brewing, you're going to flip it to no drip so nothing comes out of there. And it's very simple. You're going to pour the water in the bottom, fill this up with ice, put it underneath here and hit the brew button. And we got to put coffee in there. But let's take it apart and show you. We got this basket. This is where the coffee's going to go. That's like a, oh, it's like a plastic filter. This is reusable, so you'll have to wash this each time. This is the brew basket. Here's where you're going to put the water. So you put the water there. There's the brew head, and there's the start button. So it's a very simple iced coffee maker. I think they just missed the mark a little bit, but we can fix that. They give you a coffee scoop and they say to add 1 coffee scoop to this, but we're going to add more coffee because for an iced coffee, for me anyway, I want a really concentrated coffee. That way the ice melts it and dilutes it, makes it just right. Because these coffee makers, even though it's an iced coffee maker, it still has to heat the water up and send it over the coffee to brew with it. So it's really hot coffee coming out, but it uses the ice to melt it down and make it cold. Now for iced coffee, you can use just regular coffee maker coffee. I like Dunkin' Donuts, whatever flavor you would like. You know, if that's the taste of your iced coffee, you know, just play around with it. Use whatever coffee you'd like. It doesn't really matter as far as whatever you like the best. Okay, so let's make it according to what they say. So you fill this up with water, which is 1.5 cups or about 12 ounces of water. So you're going to fill this. I'm just demonstrating this. So it's very simple. You would take this over to your faucet, fill that up with water, and then you're going to take this off. And again, the water goes right here. Okay. Now you're going to you got to make sure and put this brew basket on. We're going to put this on. Make sure it's all nice and flush. That way it's on correctly. Okay, so next you fill the tumbler up to the ice line. I could add a little bit more, but I got that full of ice. Now you're going to want to make sure you place it right underneath here because that's where the hot coffee is going to come out. Again, that can be very careful with that. And so up here, this is where the brew basket goes. You just put it right here. It comes with this scoop. It says to add 1 scoop. That's just not going to be enough coffee. I'm going to add 2, maybe 3. Now again, if you like the taste of it with 1 scoop, then that's just fine. I like a really concentrated coffee, so I'm going to go 3 of these. These are about 1 tablespoon. I'm going to go 3 tablespoons. Simply close the lid. Again, this has to all kind of line up here. Yeah, you always got to make sure this is on there. This doesn't like to sit on there the best, but now the lid will close. I've got it plugged into an outlet. Now you're simply going to hit the start button. That little light lights up and it automatically shuts off when it's done. So you can hear it heating the water up right away. I've got a stopwatch started. We're already at the 15-second mark. Nothing's coming out yet. Okay, it just started to come out. And again, make sure this switch is here. When we're all done, we're going to move it over here so it doesn't drip onto the counter. Just take a sneak peek, yeah. Okay, so it's been about 2 minutes. The coffee's still coming out. Now again, be careful. This coffee coming out is really hot. You know, we're seeing 177, 178. Okay, so right at the 3-minute mark, it's finishing up. Again, it's going to switch off automatically. That's a nice feature. And then when it starts to drip a little bit, you can just, okay, I'm done. I can move this to stop, and I can stop the coffee coming out. Now that's quite a bit of coffee. Quite a bit of the ice is melted. And see this, I'm gonna make another one. I think this is just way too much coffee. You know, it's really melted the ice. Now it's gotten really cold. Let's go all the way down. You know, it's about 40 degrees down. But again, not much ice is left. Now for me, I'm going to taste this. This is really bitter still. I like to add milk and some syrup. Yeah, no, for me, that's way too much coffee. For me, an iced coffee, you almost need about half of that amount. Again, you can see it just, we could add more ice, but then you do need to have some room for milk. You can add any kind of milk you'd like. I'm adding 2%. This is what really makes an iced coffee for me. Again, this is all subject to taste, but for me, adding milk and then adding about 2 tablespoons of syrup. And again, any kind of syrup you like. This is French vanilla. With this thing, it's about 4 pumps. Use this to stir it. Now it does come with a really nice tumbler. Again, I like anytime a tumbler, the lid screws on, that prevents major spills. It's still going to leak around the straw. Okay, let me give that a drink. Yep, it's way too watered down, way too much coffee. I mean, it tastes okay. And again, it's not, maybe if you want more of a coffee taste, this would be pretty good. But for me, I kind of like maybe more of the milk taste and more of a stronger concentrated coffee. This just tastes really watered down. And over here, the Mr. Coffee, this is where they've got a bigger scoop. They're already adding more coffee when they do theirs. Again, theirs is almost identical. And they don't add as much water. I think they add around 10 or 8 tablespoons or ounces of water. So you're adding less water, you're adding more coffee. That does taste better. This one's really watered down. But we can make this taste like this. We can vary these. Now up here, we do have to clean up. There's the coffee. So it did a good job brewing the coffee. We can grab this whole basket that's got a nice handle. It's not going to drip on me. So we can clean all this up again. You can put both of these parts in the dishwasher, but you got to get rid of the coffee grounds first. Okay, let's start over. The first thing, less water. I'm going to add 1 cup, which is about 8 ounces. So just take this over there, basically fill it up halfway. Don't go all the way to the water line. Again, it goes in the bottom part here. Put this back on. Now we've got our filter. I got it all cleaned up. I'm going to put 3 to 4 of these scoops in right there in the filter. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3. Let's do 3.5. And put this back on. Again, make sure this is open. Again, next time, if you find, the coffee was way too strong, just put 2 scoops in. Or if you're like, I really want it a little bit stronger, put 4 scoops in. Okay, lid down. This is open, this is under. Press the start button. It lights up and it's going to start brewing automatically. Forgot to add the ice. That's easy. I'm just going to put this to close. I'm going to go add the ice. Okay, got the ice now. Now I can open this back up. Let's just take a peek. Yep, it's brewing really good. All right, we can see not as much of the ice is going to melt this time. Okay, so it finishes in about half the time. About 2 minutes, it's going to be completely done. Again, if you get in a hurry, you can just throw this to close and start your iced coffee, but I'll let it drip a little bit. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so now there's my really strong, and now I could even go less. You can go just a little bit less than that. I'd go probably 6 ounces, a half a cup. So again, I can tell already that this is nice and cold. I like my iced coffees under 40 round. Yeah, that's 33. That's really refreshing right now. But again, way too bitter for me. I do have to add the milk and the syrup, just really make it so smooth. Now this is where you're in control of. Again, any kind of milk you want to add, almond, soy. I add about 3 to 4 tablespoons. It's quite a bit of milk. I mean, 3 to 4 ounces, probably about 4 to 5 ounces. And again, use the straw. We want to get everything nice and stirred. And then about 2 tablespoons of French vanilla, or whatever syrup you'd like, or less, or more. And then I like to use the straw. That way you can give it a nice stir. The possibilities are endless as far as what you can, the syrups and the milk. All right, put our straw on. Okay, let's give that a taste now. Okay, that tastes really good. Now, it might taste like milk, not a lot, but I can definitely tell that strong coffee taste. It's definitely French vanilla. I can definitely taste the milk, but it's not bitter at all. It's very smooth, very cold, very refreshing iced coffee. Again, you're in control of the variables, but for me, that's almost the perfect iced coffee. And again, up here we can see, you know, it wasn't any close to overflowing the filter basket, so we did a really good job. We can take this whole thing again, go clean this out. There's where the water goes whenever you brew. You know, it looks like a nice enough machine. They definitely, you know, the tumbler is nice. This is a 20-ounce tumbler. They just, to me, getting the ingredients or the directions as far as how to make the iced coffee, I think was off. But again, if you vary it and get it to where you want, it is a really nice coffee maker. Now for me, the Mr. Coffee might have been just a little simpler because, you know, the lines are a little bit more accurate. They did have a big picture on here of how to make it. You know, the scoop was more accurate, but they're basically the same coffee maker. Okay, so it's time for the fun stuff now. Let's do some measurements. So front to back, you're looking at about 5 inches. You know, height-wise, just to the lid is 13 1/4, but the lid does have to go up quite a bit. With the lid all the way up, you know, you're looking at about 18 1/4. Left to right at the base, about 5, almost 6 inches. You know, the tumbler, it sits here right at 8 inches. It'll fit into a drink holder that's about a little under 3 inches, so it's about 2 7/8. And then up at the top, it's about 3. So again, really nice tumbler. I've not seen this look. You know, the Mr. Coffee has one that screws in. It just looks different. But yeah, nice feel to it. Now it does say it's 700 watts. Now this is a coffee maker with a heating element on the inside, so every once in a while you will have to descale it with vinegar. You got to run some vinegar through it and then flush it out with a bunch of water. So it's got a pretty short power cord. It's 2-pronged, but it's only 28 inches long. So I did buy this coffee maker with my own money. They do usually keep it in stock at Walmart. I will put a link to it. I am a Walmart affiliate. If you click on the link, the product won't cost you anymore, but I will get a percentage of the sale. It is a way of supporting my channel. I really appreciate everybody's help. Underneath the video, if you could give it a thumbs up also, that really helps out my YouTube channel. Again, thanks everybody for watching. And again, if you could, please like and subscribe. And thanks so much.